Okay friends, today we're going to add our shadows in our donuts. We're going to be using blue, just like the artist Wayne. And we are also then going to do a little bit of splatter paint to look like some frosting or sprinkle has splattered on our donuts. So when you're doing your blue shadows, you want to make sure that all your shadows are on the bottom part of your donut so they all match out, because your shadows would always be on the same side of every object. And then we're going to also add our shadows in the lower part of the inside of your donut. Now, if you don't have an inside circle for your donut, let's say you covered it up with paint, then you don't need to worry about that step. We'll just do the lower part. You're going to get a pastel, a chalk pastel, and what you're going to do is just under the very lower edge of your donuts, you're going to add a line with that blue chalk. Okay, so I'm gonna go in under each donut. Okay, and being careful not to smear it. All right, now I'm gonna do the lower curve of the inner of my donuts, because I do have an inner part to my donut. So the lower part, so that it matches the shadow on the bottom of my donut. Now we're gonna blend that into our paper. And how we're going to do that is by pushing lightly with one finger, your pointer finger, using circles, not up and down, circles. You're going to go in and rub to blend some of that chalk into your paper. Now, sometimes after friends do that, they want to go back in and just retrace that blue, or maybe add a little bit more shadow because they can't see it enough. That's fine. You can go back to the chalk if you need to. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend my shadows into all my donuts. And again, it should be on the paper. Try to stay out of the donut when you're blending, circular motions. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so now that I have those shadows blended in, I'm gonna go in and circular motions, blend in the shadows on the inside of my donut holes as well. So now that I have that done, I got my shadows in, we're gonna do our splatter paint. You're gonna use watercolor for this step. And how the watercolor works is you gotta get the color wet first before you can use it. If you have a paint that looks like this, where there's only a little on the edge, there's still enough watercolor in there. You do not need a new one, okay? However, if it looks like this purple one where there's nothing even on the edge, then you might need another one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick only 3 colors for my splatter paint. Just 3's the limit. You're gonna get your color, go in with your brush, roll it around with ballerina toes, and then what you're gonna do is take 2 fingers, get it close to the paper, but not so close that the bristles touch the paper. And very gently, you're going to very gently move around the paper and splatter. You can also try hitting it like this on the top, and sometimes that's not as messy. You can go over the donuts. Now I want a new color, so I'm going to clean my brush, get my next color,